Honorable Cecilia B. Velos Diaz, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer present. Roll call on the City Councilors. Honorable Hildy Rosales absent. Honorable Lucilito S. Del Rosario present. Prayer.
Dear Lord, as we deliberate in today's session, give us the wisdom to overcome passion. Give us that understanding heart to do away with prejudice. Give us the foresight to know what the future may devise. Give us the courage and strength to seek the truth and what is good. Give us the facility of language that we may be understood. And finally, our Lord, make us worthy public servants of this city. We deeply love and highly honor Naga City, the heart of Bicol. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Pambansang awit.
Perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang init, doyak ka ng magiti, sa manluluti. Di ka pa sisiil sa dagat at bundok, sa simo, langit mong bukaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, tuin at araw niya kailan, may di magdidilim, lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Privilege time.
Time. None. Okay. Next item. Honorable Del Rosario. But before that, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Jose Perez. Honorable Del Castillo.
Good morning, Madam Chair, my colleagues, members of the media, viewers, Nagueños, good morning. Madam Chair, I seldom avail of the privilege time. But because of what happened last week, I was forced to do so. I was bothered by the fact that the result of the rapid test of some employees of the city was divulged at the social media.
Yes.
I think it's not proper. This should be investigated upon. We must remember that even the Department of Health, until after a person is confirmed to be positive of COVID-19, the name of which is not divulged, either in the mainstream media or the social media. So I just wondering who is the person who leaked that information to the social media, into the mainstream media. So with that, I demand that a proper investigation be made. And whoever is the person, find out responsible for leaking such information should be punished accordingly. even up to the extent of dismissal from the service if that person is employed at the City Government of Naga. It's not proper that such information should be divulged until after that person is confirmed in the Department of Health has named that person to be so. Aram ta, Madam Chair, pigtatag baga ang mga positive sa COVID-19. Sa Bicol, kung anong number.
Yes.
But that was made after confirmation that such person is really positive of COVID-19. Iniyo, rapid test pa sana. Dahil pa nga ni aram kun ma-positive o dahil. But pinaluwas sa social media. That's an irresponsible act for me. And with that, again, I demand that a proper investigation be made of whoever is that person who leaked that information, not only to the social media, but to the mainstream media. So, Madam Chair, I move that this matter be investigated upon. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Thank you, Honorable Del Castillo. Anybody else would like to avail of the privileged time? Honorable Del Rosario.
Madam Chair, good morning, members of the 13th Sangguniang Palunsod, ladies and gentlemen. Sa aga po kita na, Wednesday, May 27, masilibrar po kita kang ika 62nd birthday kan sa tuyang dating mayor and DL Secretary Desi Robredo. In her foreword, former President Corazon Aquino wrote in the book entitled Making Local Governance Work, published in 2003, edited by now Congressman Gabi Bordado and our esteemed colleague, Councilor Joe Perez, Willie, and Frank. She wrote, quote, "But perhaps the most enduring legacy of Mayor Bredo's leadership is a strong belief he has instilled among Nagueños that governance is a shared responsibility of public officials and the citizenry, with government providing people the tools for meaningful participation and active engagement. The past incidents or distortions in our forward way of lives prove that Nagueños are resilient and strong. To recall, Madam Chair, we were asking our partners 2 or 3 sessions ago from DepEd of their strategies and interventions intended to address demands before the opening of school calendar. Unfortunately, last night, the President announced that he would not allow the opening if no vaccine is available. This representation during that session stressed and underscored the improvement of our own Information and Technology Office, or ICT. But I believe it's not only the office, but the systems and procedures that we hope to improve on a citywide scale. So aligned with this, I am submitting today a proposed ordinance strengthening the Information and Technology Office of Naga City. Aside from strengthening the ITO, the following policies and objectives are set forth on this ordinance: to further strengthen the measures implemented by the concerned agencies to minimize the risk of transmission of COVID-19 virus. It also seeks to limit non-essential movement and congregation of people consistent with the state of public health emergency declared by the President nationwide. Facilitate citywide domestic transactions to recognize the authenticity of electronic transaction to establish effective practices, efficient turnaround in the delivery of government, and to adapt simplified requirements aimed at the reduction of face-to-face transactions in line with COVID-19. In doing so, and aside from its normal transactions, reach and mandate shall now include, or the ITO's reach and mandate shall now include, strengthen collaboration with all offices, departments, units, and other autonomous offices in the City Government of Naga and its barangays that provide business-related and non-business transactions, such as but not limited to permitting, licensing, clearance, authorization, including frontline services provided in their respective citizens' charter. We take you in the implementation of Republic Act 8792, or the Electronic Commerce Act of 2000, then spearheaded by former Trade Secretary and former Senator Marojas, and its implementing rules and regulations, as well as Republic Act 11032, which refers to the Ease of Doing Business and Efficient Government Service Delivery Act of 2018, spearheaded in the Congress by the Congressman of the 2nd District, Congressman Villaferte, and backed up by Congressman Bordado. We are mandating the use of online or electronic transactions in all offices, departments, units, sections, and other autonomous offices of City Government of Naga, covering filing of documents in the form of electronic data, transaction of government business and perform governmental functions provided in the Citizens Charter, the issuance of permits, licenses, clearances, payments, acceptance of payments, and issue receipts acknowledging such payments, and the creation or filing or retention of electronic data, messages, or electronic documents. In this proposed ordinance, Madam Chair, we are hoping to ensure the no contact policy. Shall adopt a zero contact policy in line with the DOH guidelines to lessen possible transmission of COVID-19. Officials and employees shall limit interactions with an applicant unless such interaction is strictly necessary for its processing and approval. For this purpose, this representation is proposing the creation of an advisory council to recommend the necessary design based on its study to the city mayor and launch a web-based software-enabled business process system or improve on its current system in which all transactions with the city's offices and barangays shall be submitted and processed. We are mandating the streamlining of city government services in line with the online or electronic transactions. For this purpose, said offices and barangays shall submit to the advisory board or council a comprehensive list of the respective government services to include the different steps from the detailed or complete process or service to be provided, transaction costs, number of signatories required, and the documentary requirements. The present ITO, Madam Chair, needs to be strengthened. For this purpose and to maximize the technology, a separate and dedicated unit shall be assigned within the ITO to handle all transactions forwarded to the city government, facilitating its referral, tracking, and updating. Necessary systems and procedures, including those from the barangay, shall be promulgated as hereunder stated to ensure smooth transition to online transaction. This representation is proposing that we put in there the advisory board headed by the city administrator, we and the different members to review various forms issued by the city government, to recommend the strategic actions to ensure networks connectivity to all offices, departments of the city, including barangays, and to handle online transactions, to enlist the services of a technical working group to assist in the technical aspect of this undertaking, to recommend the necessary financial requirements needed for upgrading and advancement and submit the same to the city mayor for his approval and consideration, and to provide assistance to other agencies, particularly DepEd, in the pursuance of its mandate to provide blended learning if necessary, and to take the lead role in the information dissemination. It is true, Madam Chair, that there is aversion to change, whether a city hall or with the entire constituency as a whole. Instituting change is never a walk in the park. It is as difficult as anything can get. Ultimately, it is the people and institutions that can ensure the government gets the best deal. This requires building an environment that puts value on service and cost standards. With this, we are building an enabling environment and nurturing a culture that puts value on innovativeness, accountability, and adherence to standards. Mayor Jess left us Nagaño's pride in his city and his government by trying to make our systems work, and as what the mayor had always stressed, by doing more with less, we hopefully will continue to earn that pride. And with the caring and nurturing city as envisioned by Mayor Nelson S. Ligacion, the tireless Mayor Nelson S. Ligacion, surely we will succeed. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you, Honorable Del Rosario. We'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Kylie Trifulca and Honorable Rosales. Next item,
Reading and approval of the order of business.
Honorable Valdemoro.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, may I move to dispense the reading of the order of business with the following modification and inclusion. Item number, the matter under new business, Madam Chair, all pertaining to the barangay and SK budget will be transferred in the special business or order. Item number 2, the SK budget of Barangay Santa Cruz. Item number 3, the annual budget of Bagong Bayan Norte. Item number 4 is the annual budget of Barangay Dayangdang. And for the inclusion, Madam Chair, item number 5 is the annual budget of Barangay Lerma. Item number 6 is the SK budget of Barangay Pacol. Item number 7 is the SK budget of Barangay Bagong Bayan Norte. And item number 8 is the matter of the privilege speech of the Honorable Joselito Del Rosario, containing a proposed ordinance strengthening Information and Technology Office of Naga City. Under unfinished business, Madam Chair, item number 4 is the letter from the Honorable Gil Rosales. Item number 5 is the proposed resolution sponsored by Honorable Gil Rosales, creating a sub-technical working group within the Special Committee on Barangay Budgets to formulate and initiate an action plan to assist and monitor barangays in organizing and empowering their Barangay Development Council and the formulation of the respective barangay development plans and investment program. I so move for its approval, Madam Chair.
Minutes before this approval, Honorable Del Castillo.
I request that the content of my
your
privilege speech be
investigation.
included under SBO so that we can create an investigating body composed of the City Legal Officer of the Chair, the Human Resource Management Officer, and a representative from the Office of the Mayor.
Item
Under
number.
SBO.
Yes, Madam Chair, my apology. Item number 8, Madam Chair, is the matter of the privilege speech of the Honorable Del Castillo, and item number 9 is the matter of the privilege speech of the Honorable Del Rosario.
Okay. The agenda is approved as amended. Next item.
Order of business, special business or order, the letter invitation in today's regular session to Dr. Vito C. Borja, City Health Officer, with respect to the preparation of the city against dengue this coming rainy season.
Was the City Health Officer notified?
Still attending a meeting at the IMT.
Oh, sige. So we defer this temporarily. Next item.
The endorsement from the City Budget Officer forwarding the annual budget of the Sangguniang Kabataan Barangay Santa Cruz involving the amount of 856,412 pesos and 20 centavos.
Honorable Rosales, Chair of the Committee on APRO.
Madam Chair, as we have done with previous budgets, we have approved them in this session and declared them operable in their entirety. May I move on joint and collective for the approval of the SK budget of Santa Cruz and the annual budgets of Barangay Bagong Bayan Norte and Barangay Dianggang. So move, Madam Chair.
Second.
Second, okay, approved. Next item. 3. Three separate.
Resolutions.
Okay. Next item.
Lerma na sana na.
Ako igwa pa.
The
Okay,
annual
Lerma.
budget, Barangay Lerma.
Lerma, Pakul,
Lerma, Pakul, ano pa?
Bagong Bayan Norte.
Bagong Bayan Norte.
Barangay budget of Lerma, SK Pakul, SK Bagong Bayan Norte.
Okay, Honorable Rosales.
I apologize, Madam Chair. I did not see the addendum. May I also move for the approval of the SK budget of Pacol and Bayan Norte and the barangay budget of Lerma.
Second.
So move, Madam Chair. On joint and collective.
Seconded, approved. Next item.
The subject matter of the privileged speech of the Honorable Lucilito S.A. Del Rosal. Del
Ayun na
Castillo. Sorry.
Ayun na si Honorable Del Castillo. Okay na. Honorable Del Castillo, you're the subject matter of your privileged speech. Who will compose the committee?
Madam Chair, thank you. Actually, Madam Chair, I think information such as this unconfirmed information, particularly with regard to whether a person is found positive of this pandemic, should not be divulged to the public right away. More so if the test conducted is not yet conclusive. I was bothered by this event because I think there is a loss in the system that we are adopting at the city. And it's not, it's improper that such information be divulged to the media, whether it is a mainstream or the social media. First, I think it's policy, it's our policy, that if a person is found positive on the rapid test being conducted, that person will be subjected to swab test or PCR test, so that there is really a confirmation whether that person is positive or not of the disease. And upon knowing that that person is positive, only some person has the right to divulge. Not even the identity of the person, but we are naming vehicle 1 or the last, I think, is 67 or 68, without naming names. Although the institution that person belongs is being mentioned, but I think this is premature. So, with that, I believe that an investigation be made so that this thing should not happen again. And I move that we create an investigating body composed of the city legal officer as chair, the human resource management officer, and a representative from the office of the mayor, so that a thorough investigation be made. And whoever is the person found responsible for leaking this information be dealt accordingly with, based on our existing civil service regulations, the RARACs. So, with that, Madam Chair, I move that we create an investigating body composed of the city legal officer as chair, the human resource management officer, and a representative from the office of the mayor to be appointed by the mayor to deal on this particular matter. And to give them sufficient time, a 30-day period shall be given, and we should be appraised of the result of this investigation. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Second.
Madam Chair, this is not an opposition. I am just a bit confused, or I need certain clarification, because in the manner of the conduct of the rapid test for us, there was no confidentiality at all. It was conducted with everyone is looking, and when the result is had after 15 minutes, it was known to everyone. So right there and then, if somebody's test returned positive, everyone would know. So what is the protocol, therefore, for conducting the rapid test? Can we ask that from Dr. Borja later when he appears? Because in the way it was conducted to us, there was no confidentiality at all. Yes. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Secretary Raul. Perhaps may mga nakaako sa inyong mga text or before Honorable Ranyola. Pero it goes kasi apprehensions and panic. I don't know kung may ang ibang nagpanic. Ang nai-release ito over the radio, may napangaranan kasi may mga opisina na mention. So ang mga nagtitigil po sa City Hall, I don't know sa kuya, kanako nag-apog, kanako nag-text. Paano pala nila na inakonsage? So garo para sa ko, nag-cause ito ni garo negative sa mga tao. So I agree with Honorable Badong del Castillo na maaraman ta kung sisay talaga ang nagpaluwas. Honorable Ranyola?
Well, I'm really at a loss, Madam Chair, of the confidentiality of the rapid test and the RT-PCR test. In the RT-PCR test, there also go sometimes nakalead naman. You know? But it's only the person doing the test. And after that, no, if it is in the city of Naga, there is only one person who send that to the laboratory in, now it's already at the BRTTH in Legazpi City. Way back, we sent it to the RITM in Alabang. So, they send it there, and if and when the result is already in, whether positive or negative, they send it to the mayor, not to Dr. Borja. No? But Dr. Borja is the one who sent the specimen. Then if it's the mayor now who will return it back to Dr. Borja. But the result is number na lang. Number. But
Sayang pangalan.
confidentially,
Yan kaya.
the name is given to the mayor. Now, if the specimen comes from the Bicol Medical Center, the result returns back only to one person, that is Dr. Joey. That is the confidentiality that they are.
That's the confirmatory.
doing. Yes. Well, with this rapid test, tama man ang gata, nahiling gabus. Gabus ba ka nahiling na? Negative ka ngayon, positive ka. So I really don't know how we can do it. But it's better na talaga may investigate manggirara.
Yes. Ang iba po kaya, dainin da aram kung ano to yung rapid test. Na it was explained to us, nagabos na infection, makukuha ka ito, but not particularly with sa COVID. Di ba? As to itong nahiriling po, talagang nahiriling. Miski nga dyan sa nahiriling. Pero it's up to the person na sabihin niya kung negative siya o dae. Pero itong ibabalangibog mo sa buong, nakadakol, nakakadangog, it really causes garo fear man sa mga nakadangog na nagdain na nakakaintindi ang kung ano talaga ang rapid test. Yan man po ang sa kuyang personal, kadakol po talagang nag-upload and then nag-text sa sako. And in fact, may ito pong mga concerned person na nabalangibog, garo nagkaigwa ning garo supog o kung dain napasupog man, na-mentionar sinda na dai pa man talaga itong result na ito, bako man talaga ito ang talagang final result. So, I hope na itong committee ini na pigmumok na pig-propose ni Honorable Del Castillo will be given ma-action ng tulos. We have to know kung sisay po talaga ang nagpaluwas. Pero iba po ang epekto sa mga public. Honorable Del Castillo.
Siguro the purpose of the investigation is bako lang maaraman ta si Isay nagpalo. Ano talaga ang protocol kan syudad pag abot diyan? So that we can define it na next time around, dapat magluluwas na premature ang information. Because bako lang si Taho, bako lang si empleyado ang nararaot, Madam Chair, kundi pati ang ngaran kan City Government of Naga. Nag-create ning bakong maray na imahin sa City Government of Naga na mayo pa man ngani ning dapat ikatakot. So that's the very essence of that, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Del Castillo. Okay, Honorable Del Rosario.
Call na ni because sa iling ko yun ang gray area. Saro sa mga gray areas kang dapat tuunan. Kasi yung sharing kang information okay man lang yan, pero si impact talaga lalo na duman sa mga pamilya katong and si opisina na drag na entero si opisina
si opisina tarakot lang magralaog si iba.
Sana after kaning inquiry, Madam Chair, maka-come up kita and makatabang kita sa DOH saka sa City Health Office. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Del Rosario. Follow up, Honorable Miles Aquiloroyo.
Like I said, this is not an opposition, but I think we should also emphasize the proper perspective of looking at this situation. Dapat po ba kung fear ang makreate sa tuya?
Yes.
No? And bako ding supog. No? I'd like to take exception to what the chair said na garo na supog na igwa siyang COVID. Tano po ta masusupog kita? No? I think we should adopt the right attitude. I think diyan po kita nadadaog because fear ang nakikreate kaya niya yung disease na inisa sa tuya. No? Baka mas I believe dapat talaga dahil ipagmayong diretso ang si Isay man na bakong authorized magpaluwas ng information manunungod sa result kang test. No? No one has the right. Kasi igwa po kitang protocol kung saan pwedeng magpaluwas ng information. Although sa pag-conduct, there may have been a gray area kasi bago ining rapid test na ini, mayo talagang protocol for implementing it. But we could presume that the protocol for the confirmatory should be the same. Di ba? Aron po kayo nang dapat ang presumption ta, but maybe there was lapse there. Pero itong attitude pong i-adapt, no? Na dapat nga ni, pag may naaraman kitang may COVID, dapat ang reaction ta is i-support na nga rig ma-fight kang taong iyan, ang disease na iyan. No ba kung iriwasan ta na, durulagan ta na, I think it's really perspective na nagdadaog kita sa fight na ini. In fact, I really don't believe ang stay home is the remedy. Di ba ako nagtutubod kayan? I believe ang stay home would create more negative repercussion sa satuya gabos. Because it's very unhealthy na i-require mo ang sarong tao magstay lang sa harong niya, especially digdi sa sitwasyon kang Pilipinas na ang mga harong mayong ventilation, dakulo na mga harong kang mga pobre na di nga sila nakakahangos duman sa laugan sa indang harong. So I believe the perspective should be adopted, a different perspective. Itong perspective po bagang kaya ta ini, no? Kaya ta ini, dahil kita matakot, kaya ta ini pag magtatarabangan kita. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Miles Aquiloroyo. Can we go now to the next item? Siki Lito. Honorable Del Rosario.
Madam Chair, I am submitting today, as I mentioned in the privilege speech, this proposed ordinance to strengthen the ITO Office of Naga City. I already mentioned some of yung objectives. Tin paki-forward sa section 4. Ay, pakibalik lugod sa section 2. Yung scope and coverage. Okay. So, ang cover po nito, Madam Chair, yung ITO, and in doing so, aside from its normal transactions, its written mandate shall now include strengthened collaboration with other offices I understand, Madam Chair, in my research that of the more or less 60 offices of the city, including yung other yung sub-autonomous offices, pira lang ang igwaning capability to interact directly sa public. So we can only name a few. So kung sa percentage, ano lang siya. So with this new mandate, Madam Chair, na propose ko, ang ITO mag-take ng lead para magkaigwa ng interconnectivity ang mga opisina ini. So, including the second step is yung ma-reach na itong mga barangays through the Liga ng mga Barangay headed by Councilor Dodit Beltran. Tin, please proceed to section 4. So, may section pa, Madam Chair, yung second paragraph na igwa ng dedicated unit within the ITO na ma-handle ka mga transactions. So, facilitate referral, tracking, and updating. So, dahil man kita kayo po magkuha ng bagong empleyado, Madam Chair, itong mga may knowledge sa ITO sa iba-ibang opisina can be pulled together, and itong extensive records management expertise para maano sinda. In Section 5, Madam Chair, yung use of online electronic transactions. So, pira lang pong opisina ang igwa kani na ako yan. So, igdiyo, Madam Chair, ang proposal ta is enhance ta ini para gabos na mag-adapt, including itong mga iba-ibang opisina sa luwas kang City Hall and sa mga barangay. And after this, siguro ang implementation by pacing within the City Hall. The second phase is sa barangay. Then after this, yung interconnectivity na gabos kang pigdi-desire kang ko yan. I am also proposing, Madam Chair, yung zero contact policy, as I've mentioned in my previous speech. That's found in Section 6, 10. Tangarig na dahil na irig di pa sa City Hall ang mga tao because of the online transactions para ma-preventa ang possible transmission ng COVID based on yung DOH guidelines. So, ang importante ka rin di, Madam Chair, ining yung exemptions, of course, kung ang kliyente magsabi na gusto ko magpa-City Hall, gusto ko mag-transact personally, nakabugtak yun dyan, yung Section 7, exceptions to zero contact policy. So, prepares over-the-counter transaction, or kung ang transaction is so complex na would require technical interactions with our technical people, siguro. So, pig-require ta, Madam Chair, sa Section 8, yung mandatory streamlining, tangarig yung barangay makasabay sa efforts ng city. And ang Section 9, Madam Chair, this is important, yung advisory board to be chaired by the city administrator. I am proposing, Madam Chair, na yung co-chairman, yung SP member to be designated by the Sangguniang Palusad. I'm thinking of Councilor Joe Perez because siya man po ang may sa business sector and sa gusto ko pang idadag, Madam Chair, ang as member, yung chairman of the appropriation, Councilor Oying Rosales, dyan sa committee yan. So, ano ang mandate kanina, Madam Chair? Number 1, to review various forms issued by the city government. From submission to approval and release. Number 2, to recommend strategic actions to ensure network connectivity of all offices, departments, units, and other autonomous offices, and barangays to enable it to handle online transaction. To enlist technical working group, to recommend the necessary financial requirements within 3 months after approval of this ordinance, if the whole body would accede, for approval of the city mayor, and to assist the DepEd, lalo na kanya na we are being challenged by this na itaram kung na rin talaga mapuon ang and with the announcement of the President last night, Madam Chair, na dahil pwede magpuon sa August ang klase. So anong gigibuhon na kan mga aki? So kay puwantang tabangan ta kaniyang DepEd through officing di sa city na yung focal tangarig mag-assist sa So yun ni, Madam Chair, ang sa kong proposed ordinance to strengthen the ITO, and this representation is willing to accept any questions from this August chamber. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, Honorable Del Rosario, Honorable Del Castillo, and then Honorable Baldemoro.
Thank you, Madam Chair. At the outset, Madam Chair, I want to express my support to this measure. But I believe that if we will strengthen the ITO, it should be complemented by additional personnel in that office. Not only personnel, but the hardware and other needs that the office will be utilizing so that it can do its mandate under this ordinance and under existing circumstances. So I believe that some provisions be added for the creation of the necessary positions to carry out this the objective of this ordinance, and that will require first additional personnel, additional equipment, and including office space, so that dahil kaipuan magdakula ang opisina ini para ma-handle si mga kinakaipong trabaho na dapat niyang gibuhon, particularly one of the purposes, which is to help the Department of Education because of the possible online classes that will be made under the Department of Education. So I think that should be included in this proposed ordinance, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Del Rosario.
Thank you, Councilor Badi, for the support. As to the first item, Madam Chair, I'd like to assure Councilor Del Castillo that in the third paragraph of Section 4, in the initial implementation of this ordinance, Madam Chair, dahil naman kita ma-hire ng employee dagdag, but yung mga experts sa laog na sa iba-ibang opisina, pwede tang ipool yan, tangarig na makatabang tulos. Ito may mga kaaraman sa IT and sa records management. Pangalawa, Madam Chair, yun sa equipment and office space, this would be siguro, Councilor Badi, sa recommendation na kang advisory board na mag-expand, pwede nang makonsider ini duman sa ano. Indeed, there is a need to have additional equipage and office para makaano, pero more than ever, Madam Chair, yung initial na implementation makasabay na tulusin da tangarig na maano tananing makaano kita sa problema ta sa COVID. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Del Rosario. Honorable Baldemorio, you were raising your hand a while ago.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I am in support of this proposed ordinance and may also recommend to the proponent to include section the inclusion of a software application applicable to the visually impaired person. And also, Madam Chair, on the members of the advisory board, may I recommend that the head of the resource center for the blind be included as member.
Included as member.
Thank you, Madam.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Baldemoro. Honorable Mike.
Thank you, Councilor Elmer. Well taken as to the membership of the board and yung software application for the visually impaired persons. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Honorable De Rosario. Honorable Hilaraki Arroyo.
Madam Chair, I likewise support the purpose and intentions of this ordinance. As the title suggests, Madam Chair, the title calls for the strengthening of the office. I really believe that the core of the ordinance should be beefing up the capacity of the office, its resources, but those are the things that we don't see. Just like the point of Councilor Del Castillo, ang gustong sabihin tayo kani is pinapakusog ta ang kakayahan kang sa tuyang IPO. Kan sa tuyang IPO para magibo ining mga dagdag na mga trabahong pinapagibo ta sa inda. So, baka dapat klaro ano yung mga dagdag na ipapagibuta and ano therefore ang mga beefed up resources na ilinalaagta dyan. Like for example, duman sa, I read habang nagsuscroll ang presentation, nagabos na mga transactions sa city, i-course through a particular hub. Yan sa inyang hub na yan. No, it should be created. Kung gabos na transaction ilalaag duman, then dapat ang expertise kang hub na iyan is spanning all the different concerns kang city. Kung i-concentrate dyan sa particular hub na yan. So, like I said, I support this proposal of the Honorable Del Rosario, but we should be given time to really read it. It's the first time it's being presented. So, tangarig mas maka-comment siguro, mas dagdag kitang mga recommendations so that the intentions of the author will really be fulfilled through a complete provisions in the ordinance. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Masuk Arroyo. Honorable Del Rosario.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Early this morning, I was modifying some of the provisions. I also thought of, but the intention really, Madam Chair, is pabiluhon tamo ng advisory board to come up with the necessary recommendations. And siguro later on, we amend the ordinance to include na yung complete package, personnel complement, equipment, tangarig na, kasi baka igwa po kitang nahihiling na ibang data na pwedeng makahililang ka itong mga technical, but under the ITO. And the purpose kani Madam Chair is, as I mentioned in the first paragraph of the section 1, yung first sentence, aside from strengthening the ITO, pigsiset na siya na i-align niya duman sa objectives na ma-lessen si interactions kang publiko sa mga offices na because of the COVID-19. So, not only we strengthen, but naka-align siya duman sa court strategy of lessening interactions kang tao sa mga opisina. But let me assure you, Councilor Miles, thank you for the support, that I approve on the second paragraph of section 4 as to the mandate. And I'll resubmit the final draft to this. So,
Now you're just setting the directions for the...
yeah. Actually, kung hiling ko ito, Madam, minor changes sa ordinance. But as I see it, I think other members naman are supportive of this sa ordinance. So, siguro, Madam, kung if we might approve this on in principle for the this representation to prepare the final draft for the third and final reading. So I move that we approve this proposed ordinance.
Second.
Unfinished business, the letter dated May 8, 2020 of Ms. Evelyn Hemady, Board of Director Chairperson na si PEMCO, requesting for reconsideration on the suspension of stall rental per ordinance number 2020-025.
I think we already approved this in principle, but based on the subject matter which is now submitted by the City Government Officer and the Sheriff of Miranda. So, Honorable Del Rosario.
We see the communication from the city administrator and Mr. Florindo, because my concern last time, Madam Chair, is how much is involved in this proposal. Ano yan epekto niya sa overall financial standing kan City Government of Naga. So that's my concern. So yan ang gusto ko mahiling, Madam
Sa
Chair.
letter kang MEPO.
Yeah. Not only that, but the letter of the administrator. Of the total shortfall na pigsabi kan Office of the Mayor, pirang porsyento ini na-comprise duman sa overall amount. So, as far as the rental is concerned, 3.572 million for 1.5 months. So that's only for the monthly rental. Yeah. Monthly rental, yeah. Actual average monthly stall rental collection 2019. So dahil man nagbago si rate, so we are assuming na tama yan, 3.572 million pesos. How about the communication of the city administrator, Madam Chair? Pirang porsyento siya na-comprise duman sa pigsasabing possible shortfall? So the communication only deals general and it only says that it is already included in the forecasted shortfall. Okay, thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I believe the most important information that guided this representation in deciding to support the request is given by the city administrator. Kasi concerned ta kaya baga, Madam Chair, igwa ng pig-report sa tuyang shortfall ang city mayor. So ang concern ta, kaibanan na ba ini? Na-consider na ba ini? Ta kung di pa na-consider, di ma-consider na naman sintang panibago. So since ang sabi ninda na-consider na ini, I think that should really be enough to support the decision to approve the request. Ta nakagibo naman kita ning mga strategies as far as the city mayor is concerned kung paano ta i-address si shortfall. So kaibanan naman siya duman sa shortfall na na-identify, and therefore igwa naman kitang strategies to address it, and it's really a big help no duman sa mga stallholders considering na mayo man sindang income during that time. So I think these are for information, Madam Chair, and affirming also and providing sufficient basis duman sa pag-approve da kang si request ninda. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, gusto ko lang pong balikan ang kinaugalian na every time na may proposal o may concern sa MEPO, ibinabandera po tulos ang 64 million na income. Garubaga sa mayong expense, Itulos panto to ang 64 million na annual income. Alagad dahil man sinasabi, so expenditure. Dahil man nga sinasabi, ang net income or net loss. I think na every time na mag-mention ng presenting data, sana yung net ang i-report, bakong so gross. Tadakulaon talaga, pirmi yan na so gross income ang isasabi ka, ngani de ka magkarandal, ta 64 million man ang income kayan. Secondly, Madam Chair, we have already declared MEPO, among others, na economic enterprise. I think ang bookkeeping kayan, ang accounting kayan, will have to be restudied and reestablished. Nganing mahiling talaga ang operation. Something that never appears is depreciation. Never appears in the reports. Ang depreciation is considered an expense. Anduda ko nga ni Madam Chair, ang 64 million na yan, radas yan pag naglaog na sa depreciation. One other thing that I may have noticed long time ago, may kwartang palaog, alagad ang paluwas, hali sa treasury. They counted duman sa MEPO. What am I referring to? Electricity. Ando da ka po, Madam Chair, ikwaning dakulang collection from electricity, alagad ang pagbayad, dahil man fully charged sa MEPO. Na-absorb pa kang LGU. I think na it's time na paadalan ng maray ang books and records kang MEPO as well as all the other units na pig-declare kang economic enterprise. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Kailangan malang si data. Tinaw na ba kang MEPO?
Agree with the observation of the Honorable Abonal. Na-observe ko kay Madam Chair, pag nagtataon ng figure an MEPO, puro lang income. Dapat ang itatao sa tuya, not only the income, but all the expenditures incurred. Personal services, maintenance and other operating expenses, capital outlay, return of investment, in the MOE, it should include depreciation cost. How much is depreciation of the building? Mayo yan nahihiling, Madam Chair. So, puro lang masabi, 64 million, pero pag pigkwinta mo na, deficit pa ang operation kan market in real terms. So, bakong dapat siguro direct na market superintendent na next time around, pag nagpadara siya ng data with regard to the operation of the market, it should include both income and expenditures. And in the expenditure portion, dapat kabali, gura ano si depreciation expense. Primero, dapat i-determine how much is the cost of the market building. Dapat kung ano si depreciation cost kayan. How much is the expected return on investment of 1 billion property? Dapat siya yan reflected yan, Madam Chair. Tangaring, bakong misleading an information. Ini okay, puro lang income, gura ano si gasto sa personal, ay personal services. Gura ano si kuryente, si tubig, si iba pang gasto sa merkado. That should be comprehensive, a comprehensive report should be submitted to us, bakong misleading report. Thank you, Madam Chair. Second point, since we are approving this proposal, I believe it should be in the form of an ordinance. Because we are, in effect, amending the provision of Ordinance 2004-123 as amended. The waiving of the market rental for 1.5 months. I think it should be an ordinance amending those previous ordinances which has being enforced within the City Government of Naga. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Castillo. So, we instruct the City Secretary to write a letter to the MEPO Superintendent. Is that your suggestion?
Question, Madam Chair, is dua. First, next time around that the MEPO will submit to us data on the financial operation, it should be a comprehensive report which includes all the income and all expenditures. Bako lang puro income. Tangarig mahiling tagura, ano nagkikita ba kita sa market in real terms? Uday. Dapat arukayan an information. Bakong misleading na information. Because for me, this information is misleading. Dahil niya pigpapahiling, si tunay na sitwasyon kan market. And si second point ko, Madam Chair, this should be in the form of an ordinance ang pag-waive kan si market rental for 1.5 months. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Ang concerns po baga for economic enterprises, halutan naman na pig-request, no? na pag declared economic enterprise siya, dapat nga ni separate ledger siya. Tangarig itong gabos na income, duman siya nare-reflect, gabos na expenses related to the operation, duman din naka-reflect. So I think we should ask the City Treasurer's Office and the City Accountant, no, to furnish us that information by next session. Kasi dapat readily available yan, Madam Chair. Halutan na yan na mandate na separate recording, separate ledger for the economic enterprises. Duman sa mga information na kaipuan ta, Madam Chair, pag pigre-request tabaga, tinataumaninda, no? So, I believe siguro kang nagpadara kayan si Mr. Florendo, dahil niya siguro naisip na gabos na mga other expenses ipadara, no? But, kaipuan talaga mahiling ta, Madam Chair, kung ang market ba talaga ay economic enterprise, no? Pag sinabing economic enterprise, the minimum po kayan is break even, no? That's the minimum. It shouldn't be an additional expense on the part of the city government. Dapat ang sa iyang operations na susupport through sa diri niyang income. So, we need that and we have long requested for that information. So, baka about time na, Madam Chair, itaw yan sa tuya next week. Tangarig mahiling ta talaga. Thank you, Madam Chair. So, I move that we direct the City Treasurer and the City Accountant to furnish us the information, complete information on the cost of operating the MEPO. We already know the income, but we want to know the cost of operation the expenses for operations in detail. I believe ang depreciation is kaibanan yan, Madam Chair, kasi pag nagre-report ang accountant, may nahihiling ako dyan depreciation, even in our budget, no? Nakalaag yan sa satuyang budget ang cost for depreciation. Thank you, Madam Chair. So next week.
Final motion to the ordinance.
On joint and collective, Madam Chair, the passage of an ordinance waiving the rental collection, rental charges from from the MEPO for stall holders. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Collective motion. Honorable Abunat.
Madam Chair, I already, in the last session, sabi ta na mayo kang laban dyan, tamayo man talagang income. However, maybe just a footnote, I am assuming nagabus pong stall holders agree na kayang hinahagad na i-waive sa rental for 1.5 months. Dahil lang po kita makadangog nin saro, 2, 3 or more na masabi na unfair ngayon ta sindangani ngayon nagbukas man, whatever statements may be made. Although that is endorsed by the association, sana mayo na nin rimong na reklamo pa kayan. Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, may we know at about what time Dr. Borja will be available? Kung mahapot man lamang.
Madam Chair, may I seek reconsideration to the order of business by including the letter from the City Mayor, marked as urgent, transmitting the attached draft ordinance waiving rental fees or cash tickets on all stalls and vendors at the Bicol Central Station and Naga City People's Mall during the period of enhanced community quarantine, as item number 10 of the special business or order, Madam Chair.
The letter dated May 19, 2020, from the Honorable City Mayor, transmitting with the attached draft an ordinance waiving rental fees or cash tickets on all stalls and vendors at the Bicol Central Station and Naga City People's Mall during the period of ECQ, as well as on those that have been ordered by relevant laws and regulations to remain closed during the period thereafter.
Madam Chair, in this proposed ordinance, since we already passed an ordinance waiving the rental fees for the Naga City People's Mall here, to include also the waiving of rental fees and cash tickets at the Bicol Central Station. So, may I move, Madam Chair, on joint and collective motion?
The proposed ordinance of the Honorable Mila S. Dirakit Arroyo, instituting measures to promote public health, safety, and protection against the continuing threat of COVID-19 or any such emerging infectious diseases, imposing penalties for violations thereof, and for other purposes.
Chair, I sent the copy of the additional provisions as we discussed in the last session, Madam Chair. I sent them to Mr. De La Torre and even also posted it in our group chat. The ones in green are those that we have already discussed, additional provisions as we discussed. And the blue ones are additional provisions from comments of some sectors, particularly from the Saligan group. Mayo man pagbabago, Madam Chair, that are in conflict with what we have already discussed. I however, would like to present again section, the one on transportation, section, can we? Sige patabi, duman sa impact, dyan, oh, section 7, yes. Digdi sa number 6, Madam Chair, I'm not very sure, and I therefore would like to remove itong proviso. Let's remove it altogether, siguro, Madam Chair. Provided that children below, duman po sa initial draft, it was 10 and below, pero digdi 12 and below. Pero baka mas marehaliunta na lang siya. Baka dapat pag children dahil po talaga. So, haliunta na lang po, i-period na po duman sa members of the family. Except children. I-ano ta na lang po, except children. Oo, dahil talaga. Yes. Haliunta na lang po, except, ilag ka na lang, except children. Under existing regulation kaya, Madam Chair, sa LTO, pwede ang regulation po is basta ang arms ay nakaka-enclose sa waist ng rider. Pero ini po kaya we're doing it for the health emergency, di ba? So altogether haliunta po yung yung family ay yung children basta except children. Siguro po pag children understood naman siguro yung aki, di ba? So dito naman siguro yung kaipon i-further define. Yes. And international definition nga is 21 and below. Di po ba ang children? Pero aram ko naman yan. Sa enforcement na po siguro yan ma-fall. So actually, yung lang yan, Madam Chair. Kung sigabos pong discussion have been inputted, may I move for the passage of this ordinance, Madam? Ito pong comment si Dr. Ranyola. Councilor Ranyola.
Number 11, 11.3. I cannot understand this self-quarantine be allowed. Sana po if it must be included, I want to be included, any person,
11.3, pakibaba po. Opo.
11.3,
Opo. Ayun na po. Self-quarantine. Opo.
yan, person na. Bago yan. 11.3.3. Mana? Iba man yun eh.
Opo.
Yung self-quarantine.
Ano po?
What I was suggesting then was a person who is positive
Ay,
with
bako po siya duman, Dok. Yan po siya duman sa 11.2. Ay, 11.1.
yan na.
Sa 11.1 po. Yan po. If the test, ito pong green, if the test result return positive, the subject individual shall be taken to the government designated facility for administration of the treatment protocol. Ito
Oh,
pong konsepto. Duman ko po, biglaan po.
kasi may kung kapasan number 11.3,
Opo. Iba
self-quarantine.
po po, for self-quarantine po. Kasi ang ano ka po baga is mandatory on the government controlled facility. Ang question ta po, paano kung dakulon, data makakaya sa government controlled facility, kaya sabi ta po, pwede kitang magtaong option for self-quarantine, pero may conditions po duman sa self-quarantine. Kaipuan po, satisfied ang health officer ta that the purpose of the mandatory quarantine will not be defeated and
Okay.
the individual will agree to be subjected to regular monitoring.
But what I'm after are those who are vulnerable. Any person that is positive to the RT-PCR
Opo.
and is a vulnerable person
Opo.
or with underlying disease
Opo.
must be directly confined to a government or any private hospital.
Opo, Doc. Maski po, bako siyang vulnerable. Basta po positive siya.
Okay?
Opo, i-refer na po
sige.
siya sa facility, government facility for administration of protocol.
Okay,
Maski po bako
sige.
vulnerable. Yes. Okay, so kung mayo na pong questions, Madam Chair. Yes.
Igo po bagang nagluwas na guidelines sa DILG on public transportation na may nakalaag na specific section ining no backrider policy will be implemented. So I'm just not comfortable that we are, unless this is already superseded, na ma-provide kita in the ordinance na allowing a backrider. So I just, kung sakali man, I want to clarify this information.
Yes. That's why, Madam Chair, duman po sa section 3. Ay, section 2 ba yun? Can we go back to section 2? Bigla agka dumanda that the provisions under this ordinance is subject to the guidelines or issuances that the national government may issue on the matter. So, ano man siya, subject siya. Iniyo kaya, for prospective din ang application kang ordinance, Madam Chair. Kung halimbawa, mayo pang regulation ng national government, ready tulos kita, igo kitong ordinance na ma-apply. Okay.
Okay, one second.
So, may I move, Madam Chair, for the passage of this ordinance?
The special business order, the invitation addressed to Dr. Vito Siborha with respect to the city's preparation against dengue this coming rainy season.
Good morning. Good morning, Tabi Dr. Boots Borha. Aram kong saro si Boots sa pakal-pakal ng waray. Pero because sa onslaught kang tag-ura na Madam Chair, gusto talang maaraman sa iya ang mga preparations kang sa iyong opisina sa ining sa dengue, ano, posible na magluluwasan naman ang problema sa dengue. Siguro background and present ano ni explanation ni Dr. Borja, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Madam Presiding Officer, as in members po ng City Council. And good morning po. With regards po sa dengue, since January pa po kami nagkakandak ang prevention, especially misting sa fogging operation in all barangays. Though hababa pa po ang kaso taon yan, expected na ma-rise po ni by the time na May rainy season, May, June, lalo na po ang July, yan ang peak time ng permit sa year. May mga we have already standby drugs, medicines po para si needs sa fogging operation. And every Saturday po yan, we already conducted sa mga quarantine areas and schools. Kaya po, basta may go signal na po ang DepEd na when to start, kung sakali man po, priority mi po mga schools na i-conduct ang fogging operation. Inform na po yan, tamay ko po ng dengue brigade and task force who's in charge sa pag-clean up po ng mga stagnant canals, especially po sa areas o barangay na Haralangkaw, from Calawag, Balatas, San Felipe, Concepcion Pequeña. Yan po mga top barangays, usually halos every year. Diyan po nagtataas ang hanakaw na kaso ng dengue. Sa kanya po, so far, kung i-compare na po sa last year, no significant na kaya pong malay sa pagtaas sa ngunya na taon as compared sa last year. Talaga almost magkaikot ang outbreak and last year. Yan po.
Dito lang kaya, Madam Chair, thank you, Dr. Boots, kasi naka-quarantine mga tao, limitado ang movement. So, kung igwaning sarong baka sa mga vicinity, so mas maray na itong sige-sige ang preventive measures na implement kang sa pagkaintindi ko po the past years, Madam Chair, dakol ang mga fatalities sa mga nagagadan, lalo ng mga aki sa dengue.
Iba, with sa comment pa ni Councilor De Rosario, totoo po yan. Though last year na-control ta po maray, talaga na nagkaigwa outbreak. But every year yan po, before, usually dengue starts to rise during rainy season. But mga nakaagi na pong taon, January pa lang may kaso na kita kang dengue. And we don't have casualty last year, I think.
To that the barangay health workers really work a lot last year. Kaya dahil nag-spread si kunya na maraya. Talaga pong house to house hindi kaya ito nagruluwas. Which is medyo matakot ngunyan, tatibaan matakot sinda dahil sa COVID-3. So, bidatasit may talaga pong ang City Health Office nagtatrabaho po when it comes to dengue. Now, siguro iba nakitibahon ta na
Kuya Boy, usually po ang channeling and report paghali po sa muya kay Mayor. Ang problema kaya po sa Rapid, karalat po ang nasa media dyan sa area. Kapag ulay ko po ang PS or ang police, na-restrict po dyan ang media. Madali sila po mag-pick up. Dahil pangarip po ako nasa beat report kay Mayor, bigla barita na sa radyo. Yan po bigo kayo may. Though ito pong latest na report 19 cases po ito. Naman po, 13 po naman IgG, so no need a quarantine or swabbing po ta, IgG, may antibody na siya. Ikaw po kitang anumduman na positive sa IgM, si dua po sarong health workers, sarong nurse, sarong PNP personnel, na-swab na po ito nag-negative. So, apat na po ang waiting ta. It so happen po, nag-breakdown ang testing facility po ang BRTTH. Ang BMC po dahil pa na-accredit. So pigpadarata po si apat na ito sa RITM. Sa Katagrabe po bigang process naman, ang turnaround niya po almost a week. So we're expecting po na today or tomorrow may resulta na po si mga yaon naman. May pa po. Si Duwan lang sir na nagkaigwa na nag-negative man, sinain ng health workers. So apat na lang po ang bigahalata na may kairibangan po duman ang iba taga City Hall. So, ayan po, Araldo po, we are doing the rapid testing to sort out po. And the contact tracing na po kami duman sa City Hall. It so happen po, nakakuha kami sa nung positive na IgG duman sa relative. Nurse po siya, frontliner. Pero sa luwas po Naga, sa Pasakaw. And pigo kami po sa contact tracing ang link katong patient na yaon po rin sa to, sa kayo pamangkin niya na pwede i-put on source ng infection. Sa Pasakaw po nakuha yung positive si NDP nurse. Kaya po ang latest na kwento ni Mayor, pag may result po for the week na isa-submit, diretso na po kay Mayor. So siya na po ang sensor kayo, siya na po makakapot ka report. Maya na po mahali sa muya. Tayo iba po na may misinterpret madam, ang resulta eh. Ano po ngunyan? Nakalami yung problema, tagaro i-dismantle na po ang mga checkpoints. Last week po, kan 17, may sarong family kami na harang, mother and 5 children, diretso may po sa Leon Mercado Elementary School. Pag-check kami po, pag rapid, si limang aki po positive sa IgG, si mother positive sa IgM sa IgG. So yan po ang nakulao na role kang border control na may mga hali sa luwas na biyahe na ilalog na po sa quarantine. Pag contact trace me po, si lolo kayo ito nagadang po sa COVID-19. So kung sabihin, exposed po si family. Since IgG naman po si mga aki na 5, si mother po pipadala ko na City College for swabbing po siya niya na aga to confirm po kung igwa pa siya. Both IgM po saka IgG. So, yan pang effect na yan na healing tab. Pag nag-dismantle, papalaugo na lang kung isa-isay po. Dako lang po magiging problema ka Naga. So, kakwen ma'am, ito po hating Paranaque. And they plan to transfer na po hindi sa Naga, sa Sabang. Kailan po si Ina nawalat sa facility na po to undergo nasopharyngeal swabbing. Po? Mga aking pinaulimin na po, IgG naman, may antibodies na. Pero kung sabihin ko kayo po, na-expose na, nag-positive sila bago nag-IgG. Expose naman po sa lolo, doon nagadaan pong positive sa COVID.
Can we do something about that, Doc? Na, is the order to dismantle all this checkpoint coming from the national government?
National po yan, sir.
So we might as well appeal na baka pwedeng i-maintain mo na for the meantime na dahil pa nagbababaan incidents kan COVID. Because grabe na si kapagalan ta for more than 2 months. Pero pag binutasan tayo yan bigla, baka dahil ta na makontrol. Iyan ang sipigaapod na baka yun na yung second wave na mas delikado. Sa tuya. So, can we do something about that? Na baka pwedeng i-maintain mo na. So, what can we do about with this? Dahil yan ang natakot, Madam Chair, na pagmayo na kita ng control sa mga borders Naga, baka ngunyan, pira lang, 7 lang sinag-confirm,
Anong, apat na lang po, negative, apat na lang.
After that, since dakulan mga maharali sa iba-ibang lugar na pwedeng mag-igdi sa Naga, baka kita na ang maging epicenter sa Bicol instead na Legazpi. Yeah. Ah, bako yan na rin mangyari kung mayo kitang measure na gigibuhon. Dahil, dahil pa man, Madam Chair, controlled ang paglakop kang COVID-19 up to now. In fact, sa mga news kasuugma si pinakalangkaw for the past week, 284 positive cases sa Pilipinas. So, gustong sabihin, dahil pa talaga napaplaton si curve. Naglalangkaw pa ang incidents. So, pero for me, it's premature na si mga measures na piga-adapta, bigla tang purunduhon after May 31. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam, bali, itong pag-stricto na po sa border for the past 2 to 3 weeks or almost a month po, 0 case po ang Naga. Up to today po, makikita ang positive na kaso except po duman sa nurse kang Edmero sa Capitol na taga Naga, taga San Francisco. Tapos si family nga din po nag-negative naman, pagpa-discharge ko ng usod ma. So, may po Naga for the past 3 weeks, 4th week na po ngunyan, makitang positive na kaso. So, sa Taganaga Mayo, yun nga po eh. Kaya lang, siguro ma'am, masuggest po ko si Mayor Garpo ang makakway through Mayor, pala maglaw po sa IMT. Yun man po ang problema sa IMT after the meeting po this morning. Kung papaanoon po. Past 2 days, ma'am, maluwag na po eh. Sige nang ralaog eh. Ayun po. Talagang mana. Kaya, yun po, may ginakulang problema. Sir, totoo. Aba, sir.
Anyway, Madam Chair, we just approved yung ordinance si Councilor Miles na empowering the city mayor to address yung mga emergency by, I think, second paragraph to naman eh. So, igwa man kitang countermeasure in case na igwa ning mga araw kaning pronouncements from the national. At least na-anticipate na po ito naman sa pigsurat ni Councilor Miles na ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Mora. Any other comments, Marina? Should we take a break? It's already 10:55 before the break.
Madam Chair, para dahil kita makaano sa iso kang COVID, nabasa ko kay Madam Chair itong DILG circular na piglilip itong mga number coding ng mga LGUs. Yan, 44211111, lifting of number coding. So I think we relay this to the IMT kung ano ang maray nagibuhon kani. So at least may guidance man ang ano. Siguro baka end of the month ang ari pag June sarabay na ang ano. Thank you, thank you.
Circular 2020-083. Ang DILG based on that circular, nagsasabi na in any one time, saro lang talaga ang pasahero kan trimobile. There was a provision, Madam Chair, na in any one time, yan. 4.4.2.1.6. Tricycles may be allowed to provide transport service subject to operational guidance. And in no instance may a tricycle carry more than one passenger at a time. So, with that, anyway, igwamang provision na subject to national issue 1. So, dahil talaga pwedeng duwa ang pasayro kan trimobile. Again, mabalik kita naman sa dating sitwasyon, Madam Chair. Thank you. So, move for a break.